What do I got going on here? Come on now. Okay. Oh. Wow, already up to 312. Oh. 1, 2, 3. Okay. Hi guys. How are you, Amaya? Oh, Sunday. See, I'm already like, how did it go? It's not there yet. You said Sunday, right? How are you? I hope you're doing well. I am just trying to paste my comment. We're day 8 of 30. I made potato salad. Today, my neighbors are having a barbecue, so we're keeping it very simple today. And totally excited. Grace is going to have fun. There we go. I pinned it. That way everyone can get it. All right. Today we will be doing, I think we're going to keep it simple. We're going to do Leo and Gemini are the last two, and then we're done. And then tomorrow we'll do episode 10, full circle of alchemy and motion. And then, yeah, we got them all, I think. I'm just double checking. Okay. Yeah, we're going to do those two. I know. Don't worry, I drive myself crazy too. I'm trying to figure out what I got going on. And I get excited for everybody because I'm like, I know you got something coming. Did it happen yet? I'm not sure. So I always want to be like checking in because I know something's happening and then I forget. But I'm like, if I don't do it now and pay attention, I'll forget all about it. I'll ask, I'll remind myself. So since you're the first one to say hi, who are we going to do first? We're going to do Gemini or Leo today? Well, we're going to do both, but which one do you want to do first? And then tomorrow, I'll be cutting a lot of the videos, at least getting the monthly ones out so people can click on their own, and it'll be good. Leo, that's for me. Oh, I'm going to have to check myself. All right. I always get personally attacked when it's Leo. Not even a bad thing, but it's true. I have to check myself so often on my own. You know, when we try to overwork or we drive ourselves crazy. Day 8. Let me mark it down. Day 8. Let's say 5 minutes. Yeah, like I have to check myself so often because I tend to overwork or I want to do so much extra stuff and it just doesn't. I'm always trying to hurry and get things done. I want to get it done and I really do enjoy it, but it's like I'm trying to accomplish so much stuff in a day, and so having to check myself, I mean, it is what it is. Can't say, oh, don't get me started. Do not get me started. Last time, I yawned like the whole thing. I hate yawning. And you know what it means. It just means we need more fresh air, more water, deeper breath. So let me take a drink of water so I don't yawn. Don't even say the word. I'm not going to read that again. Over here yawning. They'll be like, are you sure you want to be here? Oh, yeah, you know.
Mom.
So we're on day 8. And wait, not only they had 300, I think I'm up to 312 subscribers already, which is fantastic. Since like yesterday, I think, maybe the day before. But that's amazing. If we keep going at this rate, I might just hit my 500. Yay. Stop saying it. Don't type it. I'm not looking.
No.
Look, a win-win outcome is forecast. That's what's up for Leo. We're going to win, bud. Say hi, Maya.
Hi, Maya.
Wow, this hair. Okay, come on, get down. You're squished. Okay. Watch your show. Let me get this done so we can go play at the barbecue. Do you want to go play? Look at her face, eh? You can't even, she doesn't even hide it. She's just like, hell no, I don't want to do nothing. She says, hi, Miss Grace. Okay, well, don't jump all over me. Be nice. How am I going to get this done? And don't show them what's in your, oh, it's gum. Oh, you're lucky. But still, yucky. They don't want to see what's in your mouth. Nasty.
Yummy.
Nasty. Okay, go sit down, please.
Yummy.
Stop yelling or we'll fight. Do you want to fight? It's Friday.
No.
Well then. Hi, Mom. The kid, the goat, 1, 2, 3, 4. I actually love your name. Divine timing. I love it. Hi, Mom. Hi. Yeah, a lot of people call me Mom. Is that weird? 817. I think, what did I say? Oh, 312 I think I have. Anna Wheat, welcome. 817. That's good. You're really close to your 1,000. Listen, I hit 300 yesterday or the day before. So it's like slow and steady. You never know. We really might. I gave a subscribe. Thank you so much. Do you post content? I'm doing Leo right now. Your monthly action steps. Okay, that was just too many. Eyes up. All right. 4, 5. Oh, come on, Spirit. Why are you pushing it like that? Okay, we'll flip that one. This one. Okay, we're in, I used to when I was 8. How old are you now? So apparently, well, this is gratitude, which I'm always talking about, but we got 5 gratitudes. And that's just because that's all I can ever talk about. 11, oh my goodness. Amaya, stop saying it. You're going to have me yawning all up in here. Stupid. All right, for my Leos. 11, oh my goodness. My daughter's only 7. She'll be 8 in September. Slowly but surely. What some call rebellion, others call survival. As you awaken to yourself, look around. Recognize the beauty in the ordinary things. Yeah, stop worrying about the small picture and so focused on everything. Gotta get this task done. Put the blinders on, and then you forget what you're actually supposed to be doing. Or, you know, when you step out of those blinders and you look, you know, there's so many better things. It's just a lot easier to be happy. Okay, my sister is 7. Aw, my brain doesn't want to work. Well, you're still here listening and typing, so it's working just fine. And you're breathing. Hopefully not yawning. Solitude is where I place my chaos to rest and awaken my inner peace. Yeah, Leos are finding their center. We're forcing ourselves into peace, if that makes sense. Goal, YouTube goal. What is your YouTube goal? Do you have one? My goal is 500, so by the end of May. And that's actually, we're getting somewhere. You never know. It could happen. In one hand, you hold your wildness. In the other, your quietness. Draw from each hand as needed. That's in the self-care deck, too. That's funny. Your past does not define who you are today. Close your eyes and take 10 deep breaths. With each inhale, breathe in calm and peace. With each breath, let go of what came before. You are here, now. Your path is in front of you. Keep looking forward. Don't look back. Don't let somebody, don't let that curiosity or the worry or the guilt, sometimes it's I want to say survivor's guilt is probably the best way to explain it. You know, when you leave something toxic, when you're trying to figure life out, when you leave bad habits behind, um, there's like that guilt. There's like that, what happened? What if? What is this? Uh, I'm going to ask. Oh, I can ask my own question. I like that. Hold on. What is, yeah. Sorry, I'm typing this in. I'm just learning how to use this stuff, so I might as well, if I'm going to mess around, I might as well learn how to use it. Okay, there we go. Done. Okay, the only thing I don't like, oh, there, I can move it, maybe, a little bit. Or not, let's move it down here then. Oh, it might have disappeared, I don't know what I did. I have to eat. Okay, have a good day. Thanks for stopping in. Appreciate the subscribe. All right, self-compassion is simply giving the same kindness to ourselves that we would give to others. Keep going, okay? I never stop. Thank you for the push. It's really great to cheerlead people, and I appreciate that. I don't have give up in me. You can trust that. Reach out to a loved one you trust for advice. So Leos are just finding their center. How do I explain it? You're focusing on gratitude, self-love, no matter what's going on, even in the chaos. You're learning how to find your peace and stay there. Life, so there's things are going to change, but you're really like, if I keep checking in on me, which I was just talking about before I even pulled the cards, if I keep checking in and if I keep doing the things, it's going to balance out in my favor. When you recover or discover something that nourishes your soul and brings joy, care enough about yourself to make room for it in your life. Yeah, we're adding things on, right? We're not just fear of losing. We end up in this lack mindset. So things start to, like, when things are falling away, we're like, oh, we're losing this. But if we're focused ahead and we're focused on all the things that we like adding on to our lives, it doesn't feel like we're losing anything at all. We just keep stepping into better, and that's pretty awesome. And that was just 1, 2, 3, 4 on the clock. Thank you, Spirit. Take a time out today and treat yourself to an energetic pick-me-up. And of course, it's coffee day. I always have a coffee or a tea, but I have my teas. You can buy them on my website too. They're handmade. My gratitude tea is my absolute favorite. And I learned you can make it a cold tea, like an iced tea. It's really good. Really, really good. I have my coffee in the day, but now it's summertime too, so I really liked my iced coffee a lot. Got to slow down on it, but I really do like my iced coffee. Okay, that was quick. You're not messing around today? For Leo, thank you is the best prayer that anyone can say. Yeah. Today, find a way to thank someone who has been there for you when you most needed it. It's such a nice thing to be able to say thank you to people. It's an amazing thing to hear it, but you know, when we don't hear it as much, sometimes we forget to say it. Like yesterday, I went to this coffee shop for a meeting, and I had a sandwich, and when I walked out, it was really a good sandwich, and I was like, that was a really fantastic sandwich. Thank you so much. And they were like, the look on their face, they were just like dumbfounded. And I was like, have a good day, right? But they smiled and they said thank you. But you could tell by the look on their face, like, people don't do that often. And that's kind of messed up, right? You're going to just make people so much happier if you take that time and do it. Don't be, if someone, even if they give you a dirty look or a weird look or they don't know how to accept it, you're not hanging out waiting for a response. You're just like, hey, thank you, you know, have a great day. And you keep going about your business. But those small little things, they're free. They take a second of your time, and they can create such a great ripple for other people. So just never stop doing that. I know I personally do it as much as I possibly can. And I know Leos, that is kind of a, you know, they're very warm-hearted like that. So it's a kindness that should not be lost in all the chaos and all the things that are going on. That's one of those things, just don't let slide. Keep your gratitude awake. Keep your affirmations going. your self-care practices, whatever it is that brings you joy, keep doing it. When things get chaotic, they're almost always the first to go. I know, at least in my life. So making sure we don't do that. Keeping the focus on, no, I deserve this. This is for me. And when it helps me, it's going to help other people along the way. So learning how to understand our self-care, our self-love, gratitude for ourselves just makes it easier to have gratitude for others. So don't let chaos or any of that stuff kind of take that away from you. Allow yourself to have those moments. Honey V, Blessed Life Journey Raid. Hi, all. Thank you, guys. I appreciate you. Welcome in, welcome in. I'm just doing Leo right now. Marciano, welcome. Thank you, guys. I appreciate y'all. I'm just doing Leo, Honey V. I love you guys so much. Thank you. All right, take some time today for a creative activity to connect with the wellspring that's been within you this whole time. And it's kind of funny because we tend to forget about that stuff. The thing we love so much, absolutely the thing we love so much, we just, we let it go. We're busy. Chaos comes out, things get in the way, and we completely forget the things we're supposed to be doing. And we don't want to do that, right? We got to take that time for ourselves. I know, I haven't painted in probably a month or so. Creativity. Oh, Miss V. Oh, how did I not know that? That makes so much sense. You know what? Is this your, let me follow this channel too. Hold on, give me one sec. Blessed, thank you so much for the raid. I love you so much. I appreciate you. How do I get there? Miss V. I gotta be careful because I got fat fingers and I don't want to. Okay, I'm following this channel too. That's fantastic. That way when y'all post, I get to see it. I love you guys so much. Thank you. Blue Lotus, welcome in, welcome in. Miss V, we got Blessed Life, we got Marciano. Who is that? I missed it. Uh-oh. Oh no, I got the kid to go. Okay. I'm like, if I missed you, I'm so sorry. I don't want to do that. I appreciate it so much. I'm just doing Leo right now. We're talking about... Oh, that's the one, eh? Look, I said we're just talking about Leo right now, and that's what comes out. So in case we were, confused about what we're talking about, we got to have a laugh. A time of celebration and success. Sun in Leo, that is me. And for all my Leos out there, we know we deserve nothing but joy, right? At the end of the day, I just got done the self-care and all that. Taking time out for ourselves, those little pick-me-ups, those things we do, those 5 minutes. I don't care if it's jumping on the rebounder. I don't care if it's putting the music in, dancing like a fool around the house. I don't care if it's sitting outside with friends. Our neighbors are having a barbecue and we're invited. I made the best potato salad. I'm so excited for it. But I wanted to get this done, so I didn't get all busy visiting and forget all about it. But the way I was explaining it is when we get busy, the first thing to go is our self-care. Our gratitude. Yeah, we're always thinking, yes, thank you, all the things that many of us are. But you ever just catch yourself and be like, man, I haven't said thank you, out loud. Thank you, God. Thank you for this beautiful day. Thank you for the breath in my lungs. I haven't said that in just a couple of days, and I feel kind of heavy. And the self-care, those little practices, we forget the creativity. We lose our joy because we think chaos comes in and we got to do this and keep up with that and we got to worry about this and do that. And so very quickly, we forget all about it. What, baby? Hi, Hub. How are you? Welcome in. Welcome in. I love you guys. I appreciate you for coming in for the raid. Are you going back out to play? Sorry, my kid's in and out. But yeah, for my Leos, the first one I pulled was a win-win outcome is forecast. We're here to win. We're here to do the work. We show up. The problem is we get lost in the chaos because we're so busy trying to upkeep this and do that. And I talk about it all the time. And I'll tell you, I have to check myself every single day. Vibing Lions, welcome. Thank you so much for showing up. I appreciate y'all. I'm here just talking about Leo. Well, this one's Leo. Next will be Gemini. So if y'all are Geminis, for sure, stick around. But I think even, like, I'm talking about Leo, but I mean in general, when lives and things happen and there's a twist or a pivot or something that has to happen, what's the first thing to go? Almost always it's going to be, our self-love, our self-care practices, those 5 minutes on the rebounder, because that brings us joy and it makes us happy. But I don't have time for that today, so I got to do this and I got to do that. We're not doing that anymore. We're understanding that for a win-win outcome to be forecast, we have to follow our joy. We have to stay in that joy and that happiness. Doesn't mean we don't have to do work, but it means that we have to balance it out. And because we already do probably 1,000 times more than any human should, right? And that's not just Leos. That's like all of us on a day-to-day basis at this point. But because of that, we forget to take that little time. And those little 5-minute things truly, truly nourish us, right? And they build us up. It's amazing. Jack now, Mash, welcome in, welcome in. Thank you guys so much. I appreciate you. We're talking about Leo and then just in general, truly just in general. We all forget to do it. I got to check myself on a regular basis. 2134, thank you. I have to check myself on a regular basis because it took me a long time to learn that self-love was not just something you do. It was just that thing that people talk about, it's a necessity. It truly is a necessity, especially when you're building and growing and you got to show up and do the things that you love to do, the things that bring you joy. You got to do it when the critics are still there. You got to do it when nobody's there to cheer you on, right? We get lucky when we get the amazing people like this that come in and cheer us on, which is fantastic. But having to show up every time and do it, right, it's going to drain you if you're not filling your own cup. And when you don't know how to do that, or you're just starting to learn, even if you're professional, when life it tends to be the first thing to go. And what this is saying is check yourself. And trust you me, 1,000%, I am personally being attacked by spirit in the best possible way. They're saying check yourself, because this is something that we cannot just let go. We need to stay in our joy. We need to stay in our peace. And those small little moments that we do for ourselves, those little extras, they're meant to be there to keep us at our best possible shape. They keep us in that joy, in that high vibration, in that creative spark, in that ideas, and how do we ground them, in that research, and all of the good things. Look, Earth pulsing. This was, who else got this? I think it might have been Virgo, but I could be wrong. If I'm wrong, don't shoot me. But this one is those meditations. And I always struggled with this, but this is something that I've been personally working on. Sitting still for 5 minutes, I know people are like, well, big deal. Sitting still and closing your mind off from the chaos, sometimes 5 minutes is just absolutely impossible. You're never going to get judgment from me. I have to check myself all the time. I literally have started doing 2 minutes at a time, right? When I get 2 minutes, sometimes I get to 3 or 4, and then life. And then I'm not going to get back to 3 or 4 for another week. But it's not about punishing ourselves when we don't show up or when we can't do it right. It's about continuing to show up because it's getting easier and easier and easier. And this one is talking about connecting with Mother Nature. I can go sit there at any moment, like when we're having the barbecue or when everyone's going home and you're just starting to clean up and you have your feet in the ground and you're just enjoying that quiet, those 24, thank you, Spirit. When you're enjoying that quiet moment of everything's kind of done and settled and you're reveling in the moments, hanging out with those friends, the people that bring you peace and joy. It doesn't have to be perfect, but it's about learning how to enjoy those things, because when you do, you can't be in chaos and you can't be in fear and you can't be worried about all that stuff, right? So when I say I'm feeling personally attacked, it's because I have to check myself on a regular basis. And trust me, when I'm not doing it or things are sliding, Spirit checks me too. So it's never a bad thing. Understand sometimes when we're getting checked, it's so we stay on target, right? I'm building a whole bunch of things. It's easy to let my own stuff slide because I want to get to the end result. But if we don't start enjoying the journey, we're going to miss it all. And then we're going to look back and be like, what was it for? This is the best part of it. So enjoy it and love ourselves all the way through it. A mysterious pulse is woven through all of life. The planet itself has a rhythm. You can see it in the seasons and the tides. In our world of artificial lighting, long working hours, and modern conveniences, it's easy for us to feel stuck and off kilter. It's time to reconnect with nature and surrender to the pulse of the earth. Earth pulsing is my favorite tool for surrendering to the rhythmic pulse of the mother and the entire universe. Download an earth pulsing meditation, and if you remind me, I'll post it in the description. But it's www.starseedoracle.me, and it's a really fantastic. It's just a simple download, but it's a really, really nice one to put on for meditation while you're working. It's beautiful. Today, many of us are disconnected from the land beneath us. Somewhere along the way, a severing happened, a moment when it became too painful to stay connected. We feel unsupported as if we don't belong. We look to other people and the external world to fill the void of the connection, holding, and belonging once given to us by the earth. Taking, clutching, conquering, longing for others to receive us fully as the mother once did. Forgetting that she's still here, waiting for us to remember and activate the part that longs to receive her embrace. When you consciously connect with the earth, a veil is lifted and she opens up and receives you more fully. You're able to drink from her sweet waters and release what no longer serves you. Stagnant energy falls away and you become connected to all things on the planet. And then this is the affirmation that goes with it. I surrender to the pulse of the mother. May my heart be in unison with her. And sometimes just sitting in those moments, 5 minutes, 3 minutes, sitting out there, feet on the ground, watching the bees fly by, seeing the birds how they go. Truly, every time we watch that, it's a miracle. These are all miracles. So when we look at them constantly happening all day, every day, the bee that aerodynamically should never actually be able to fly, yet it does, day in and day out. These are literal miracles all the time happening. And if they're happening that many all the time and we can see them and we're grateful for them, how can we not expect them to happen to us? How many miracles have we already received? Right? And even when we receive a miracle, a lot of times you're like, oh, that's not exactly what I want. I would have rather this, because you got a little clear, which is not a bad thing. Don't judge yourself. But what happens is as we're learning and as we grow, we get more clear on what it is we want. So a lot of times we've already hit the goalpost. We already had that. But now that we got it, okay, we want to be a little more clear because we would like a little more of this, a little more of that. I wanted exactly this color or whatever, right? Whatever it is, we get very much clear on it and we move the goalpost. But we already had it. But we didn't stop to take the time and celebrate the fact that we already won that. We just moved the goalpost and keep thinking we're not getting there. And the idea is to slow down and start celebrating some of those goalposts we've been hitting. Celebrate those internal goalposts, because those are the ones that mirror out to us all the inner work we've been doing. So we need to truly take that time and celebrate ourselves. Just celebrate yourself a little more. Look, trust your path. We've been walking this path. We've been doing the work. We've been doing it when no one showed up. We did it whether people liked it or not. We showed up. Why? Because we love what we do. We love what we're doing. It brings us joy. It makes us happy. Every single one of us in here, right? Me personally, I know, look at all the things I'm doing. And I've been building my business and my website and all the good stuff. Trying to set goals and hit them. And it's great to set them, celebrate them, and move the goalposts. It's always fantastic to do that. Just don't get caught in lack. Don't get caught chasing that thing, thinking you're never going to get it when you already know you've been doing the work. You show up, you do the work every single day. Of course, you have to trust your path. Because You know, win-win outcome is forecast. That was the first one you got. That's the way you should feel. That's the joy. That's the way you should show up every single day. It's already yours. It's like going into a job interview and being like, I'm here. I'm ready to work. I already know you're going to hire me. It's nice to meet you, right? I'm excited to start working. And when you do that, they kind of look at you like, but almost always you're going to get the job because you already knew you were going to get it. You walked in, you were absolutely confident. That's the way we should be walking through life. And what helps us do that is when we take that time and we do those little moments of self-love, the 5-minute meditation. If you can do longer, fantastic. Do longer. Do what works for you. But if you can't and you're struggling and you're worrying, oh, this healing thing can't be for me because I can't even sit for 5 minutes and shut off my brain. You have to intentionally choose to do it. You're showing up for you. It's a radical act of self-love. And when we do that, and then we start to let it go because we get busy and all the other things, we have to reel ourselves back in. We got to check ourselves, and we have to trust our path. We've already been doing the work. And when we start to veer off it, we just make it harder. We have to work harder. We got to stress more. We're worried. 3113. Thank you. We worry so much about all these things that we don't need to do, right? So take that time. You want to stay in your joy, you want to keep there, just be peaceful. Just be happy. Angel number 54. That's the other one I was looking for. Trust your path. The universe is conspiring. Keep facing your true north. Your job is not to pave the path, but to simply keep facing your true north and take one step after another. If you do this, you can't go wrong. Thank you, Blessed. I appreciate you. Still here. I'm at work. That's why I'm not active. You don't have to worry. I appreciate you, and I know when you show up, you always show up and stay as long as you can. I appreciate that so much. Thank you. The universe is conspiring. Don't let me forget. This is a good one. We want to remember this, and we want to. I want everyone to take this one. This one, if I don't care what sign it is, take this one. Your joy. A win-win outcome is forecast, and take this trust your path with you, no matter where you go. Because if you do, the only thing that's going to ever happen is that beautiful end result is going to be amazing. And you don't have to have as much stress or fear along the way. All right, the universe is conspiring. Don't waver or doubt. Use your heart as a compass and put one foot in front of the other. If you follow the invisible trail of what lights you up, you will light up the world without even trying. Most people don't follow the highest call of their soul because they are waiting to see the end destination before they take the first step. If you take one baby step each day, within a year, you will have taken 365 steps in your dedicated direction. If you want to write a book, write a page a day. If you want to change careers, do one thing every day in dedication to that. Before you know it, in just a year from now, you will turn back and look in awe at how far you have journeyed. Keep moving and open yourself up to a whole new level of support and receiving. Things are not going to work out the way you are planning, but if you have a little faith and keep showing up, they will work out even better than you could possibly imagine. Don't micromanage the universe. That is my favorite. Also, sometimes I have to check myself because what's going to happen here? What's this doing? Right? I always want to know. And I think we all want that, right? And it's like, it's not about checking ourselves in a bad way. It's like, hey, like, loosen up. Just have a little fun, Don't worry. It's going to be okay, right? Don't micromanage the universe. Trust your path and let your soul lead the way. If you knew you would be supported no matter what would you do? What is it that you would do? And that's the best inspiration you could ever start with, right? Like, when you ask a question like that, the answer comes, I promise you, that's exactly where you need to start heading. That doesn't mean you have to quit your job today and do all the things everyone says. But what it does mean is take a baby step in that direction. Start looking. Start doing some research. Start practicing. Maybe it's singing or dancing or something that's just fun and it just lights you up. Start doing it. Maybe it's a hobby that's a side passion that ends up turning into your most abundant your most abundant path, because when you're making what you're making, your entire soul lights up and people can see your joy. Like, for instance, mental raccoon glass, in case I should tag him in here, but he does his glass art. That is his passion. He loves to do it. It makes him happy, even though he curses at it sometimes when it's not listening to him. It's kind of funny. But you can tell it's something that he absolutely loves to do, and it lights him up, and it brings joy to other people watching him do it, because it lights him up. There's everybody I could just list on forever and ever and ever. When it comes to Trini, Trini in Finland, he makes his food and it's amazing. Also Winstone, like, look at the people here that literally show up every single day and they're inspired, and when they do it, it absolutely, you can see the joy on their face because it's what lights them up. I'm still here, but in the background. That's okay. I appreciate you more than you know. And if you're anything like me, you never have to feel bad, because when I'm listening or when I'm doing things, I like to put my earbud in and do my work and all the things. I'm still, part of this was I have to check myself, learning how to sit for 2 minutes and maybe just be mellow. We're all working on that, right? These days with all the things that are going on. What was that? It was the kids. I just heard a big bang, and I gotta make sure no kids got hurt. But so you never have to worry. If you're here and you're listening, as long as you get the message, it's good. And if y'all are Leos, and it could be Leo. Usually, it's your top 3, right? So it could be your sun, your moon, your rising. It just goes with the planetary alignment. And right now, we're at a stage, and I know me personally, I am a Leo, so I feel it a little more intense. And I'm always trying to push to the end result. I have a time limit where well, not really, but I do. I set these goals, and I have time, and I have to, I'm a business owner, and I'm trying to make things. I'm trying to build something, and I've been building something out of nothing. And when we start to understand that, when you created something from nothing, and you had to do it with no help, along the way, when it's time, it's like, am I going to make it? Am I going to make enough to do this? Am I going to, and you start to question and worry and fear. And that's in any life, right? Jobs, whatever it is. When you're the person that has to be responsible for all the things, that fear and that worry is always going to come about. So it's not about judging yourself when it does. It's about understanding and trusting, okay, up in the ether, right? Receiving those downloads, understanding that as long as, look, it's right at the top. As long as we keep our heart chakra open, we're going to step through with confidence, and we're going to become balanced. It was story time, apparently. We're going to become balanced. And when we do that, we're going to start listening to the sound of the universe. It's like, get out in nature. Trust. You have to trust when you're showing up. And yes, we all have to trust. Like, it's not just Leos. We all have to learn to do that. And sometimes it's hard, and there's fears, and it's not to judge you for having the fears. What is that fear trying to show me? What is it? And when we start to understand that, we can name it. And when we bring awareness to it, we can understand it. Why does that bring me fear? Why? Because I have a child to support, right? So it's like, there's more pressure, right? So when we bring, this is just like me, my own personal story, but in general, right, there's always a reason. It's not because we're worried for our own selves. It's almost always because we are taking care of somebody else, or helping other people, and we want to make sure that we're doing it our best. And those kind of fears, it's okay. But when we name them, we can understand it. Okay, we can't control everything, but we can control how we show up. And we can spend all our time sitting in worry and fear, or we can trust. We can find our joy in those moments. We can switch our gears and say, what brings me joy? Maybe I should go paint a little bit. Maybe I should start cooking and make some potato salad and stuff like I did for the barbecue. Don't let fear and worry be the thing that gets you. That's when that self-love, that extra pick-me-up, that extra go for a walk, saying thank you to the people that show up to you. saying thank you to yourself. Hey, thanks for showing up. I love you. I appreciate you. Learning to understand when we're there, we can't be there. Fear, worry, all those things, right? Thank you, Hub. I appreciate you. And Blue Lotus, I appreciate you too. I appreciate all y'all for staying. Um, I could stay here all day and talk about all these things because it absolutely brings me joy. But also when I do it and I'm sharing it, I know that there's other people that have those same fears, those same worries, those same um, not sure where to go, what direction, how to get there. So I feel like when I share these things, when I help, that I'm actually genuinely helping other people, even if it's just a little bit, even if it's a little bit of empowerment, a little bit of confidence, a little, I knew you could do it, cheering you on, hanging out. To me, there's nothing in this world that brings me more joy except my daughter. So, all right, so the sound of the universe, life-changing experiences, glimpsing the great mystery, significant timing, pivotal moments, and this, oh, I'm going to butcher this, Sri Yantra. Okay, I think I got it. The tuning fork of the universal consciousness, music transcending mundane reality. Welcome back, the kid goat. Welcome back. This card signifies those pivotal moments that transcend belief, remind us of a greater reality, and influence us so that life will never be the same again. When I started channeling paintings, I explored sacred geometry by including it as a key element in my creations. Without knowing much about its meaning, when I looked up the wisdom of the Sri Yantra, I can't believe how hard that is. It's so simple, yet so hard. I was blown away. It symbolizes the sound of the universe. This painting was crucial for me as it was my make or break decider for whether I could fulfill my dream as a painter. It was also significant as I crashed my car trying to steady the painting and momentarily taking my eyes off the road. The events that followed delivered the most spiritual growth I had experienced in this lifetime up till that point. Interestingly, this piece has also vanished. The Sri Yantra is a powerful symbol described as the tuning fork that connects us to the universal consciousness. It is present in those aha moments, the fragments in time when life as we know it falls away to reveal a place outside mundane. It brings a sense of awe and overwhelm, and yet it feels so real that it jolts us back to our core for deeper remembering. It allows us to fathom our limitlessness. This card is also about music as a sacred tool. It speaks of the importance of having a soundtrack for our journey. Music was an essential aspect of ceremony in Lemuria as it bridged the gap between matter and non-matter. Even in this dimension, music opens the portals to an array of feelings and atmospheres. Bring more music into your life to expand your experience and shift your sense of ordinary reality. And you can make your own music. There's many in here. There's many that there's many of you that make your own music, and it's beautiful. And nothing makes me happier than hearing it, especially when it's uplifting and positive and saying all the beautiful things about people in life. Listening to that music, hearing it, and then singing along with it is probably one of the best things you could ever do for yourself, for your vibration, for how you're feeling, and for your mental health, just in general, right? Having your world, this is the meaning of this card. Having your world shaken up, even a little, can invite a deeper glimpse of the great mystery of your life. There are myriad ways to peek behind the veil of the mundane world. Ecstatic dance, spiritual exploration, oh my lord, and intuitive creative pursuits are just a few. Aim to naturally imbue this awareness in your everyday existence so you can avoid the sudden wake-up calls. Those are the nudges from the universe. This is, hey, check yourself. Are you doing those self-love practices? Are you hanging out? Are you worrying again? Check yourself. Where are you at, right? And so I always talk about those little check-ins. As many times as you can a day, it's the best thing you could ever do. Wake up to the hidden music, harmony, and wonder of your multi-dimensional world. It's one of my favorite things. Like Blessed Life, for real. When I go to your channel, I love to leave it playing in the background. especially when it's the music. Like, it's just the calming, the sounds. It quiets the mind in the middle of the chaos. You know, sometimes we just have to sit there. We can't be, we don't have the energy or the feel or the want to chat to anybody, but just sitting there and listening, that's for you, right? You're doing it for you. Um, Never feel bad about that. That music, it can change the whole entire way your whole day goes. You can listen to one song that can have your anxiety through the roof, and then you can hear one other one, and your heart's just full for the whole day. And it doesn't always have to be song, right? The sound of the raindrops, the mysteries that go on in the world, the buzzing, the humming, the even sometimes the black noise. Um, it allows your brain to settle, and it gives you that moment of peace, right? And it doesn't matter how little or how long it is. The point is that you're doing it. You're taking that time, you're taking the energy, and you're intentionally doing it, right? You're saying, I'm committing to 2 minutes today, and if I get to 2 minutes, maybe I'm going to go to 3. But you're showing up, and you're like setting that appointment for yourself, if that makes sense. Just like you would a doctor's appointment, just like you would anything else. And that's what commitment really is. 1414, light up. Good vibes, balance, respect, family, optimism, quality, new connections, and joy. Focus on your needs, desires, and passions. A lighthearted approach makes everything more accessible. New opportunities, a fresh friendship, or even an addition to your family are on the horizon. Positive energy will accelerate the flow of blessings coming your way. When we worry, people like, I don't think people explain it enough. And worry shows up. The hardest part is in this world, in my opinion, is worry is going to show up in all of us. It doesn't matter who we are. We're human. It's life, the way the economy is, things happen. There's always something to worry about. But even if we set it down for 10 minutes, it's still going to be there. It's not going away. So do we want to carry that all the time and constantly climb up the hill? Or do we want to find ways to let go of it, even if it's just for small moments? Don't judge yourselves. Like, when we start to worry, okay, can I set this down for a few minutes? Can I just release it for a little while, because I know I'm doing the work. I know I'm showing up. So even with that little bit of worry, if I can just focus a little more energy on saying, yeah, maybe things aren't going to work out. Who knows? Who knows? But I know if I keep showing up and keep doing the things, it's going to eventually work out. And I've already done all the learning that I could possibly do. I know I'm going to overcome anything that happens. I know how to pivot. I know how to learn. I know how to grow. I know how to be resilient and resourceful. I've learned that through life. And most of us have. And if you haven't, you're going to. And, it doesn't mean you have to go through a million hard times. Learning how to check yourself, come back to center, how to find those moments for yourself, that's when the knowledge, the wisdom, that's when you get those downloads. And that's the universe saying, okay, are you ready to receive? I want to help you, but you got to pay attention. And that's what happens. When we loosen up, we sit in nature, we find things that bring us joy, we allow space for them to reach through and say, hey, do you want the answer now? Are you ready to hear it? Maybe it's 20 answers, but maybe this is the next answer, right? They're not going to give you the end result answer, because it's a journey and energy is fluid and it's always changing. But if we show up and we commit to ourselves, we make those appointments for ourselves, and we show up and we do the love, we already know it's guaranteed. And we don't have to go and worry, because we're following our joy the whole way. So we're going to be happy. That's like, how could that not be win-win? It just is. Show up, do the work, love yourself. When you start to wander off into worry, exhaustion, fear, all those things, hey, time to reel it in. Let's see what we can do. Let's go find something that makes me happy. Let's start painting. Let's listen to some music. Let's do something that makes me smile, because I don't want to sit in that fear and worry. And that is, for Leos, it's good, because you're doing it. You're knowing how to do that, so you're guaranteeing that win-win outcome. It's like, to me, it feels like this is a reminder, right? It's a reminder for Leos, but I feel like it's just a reminder in general, because when we know how to get there and we make that intention to keep coming back to that peace, to that space, we just show our commitment to ourselves, to what we're doing, and to the world. 5005. Thank you, Spirit. And that's when real transformation and infinite new beginnings have the potential. I release my need to be right. I am defenseless and at peace. It's not always about fighting our way up the hill. And when you're someone like me who's had to fight the whole way their whole time and is just now learning how to let it flow, we're always going to, when worry and fear come, automatically we're going to go back to what we know. And no matter how much you're unlearning all of those things, this is something that you've done for 30, 40 years, coming back is always going to be like, well, this feels hard right now. This would be so much easier, right? Because you're used to it. So always choosing that unknown or the thing that's a little bit feels harder in the moment is almost always going to be the better end result. Doesn't mean harder physically, right? It's like, I don't even say harder. It's like the unknown, right? But you know it works because you've done it already a couple times. But you got to commit and you got to make it that strong and that solid so it becomes that same thing that you did 30, 40 years, right? It becomes just as easy the decision, right? I know that sounds weird, but it's like practice makes perfect. And when you start showing up, and every time that negativity creeps up, that fear, that worry, just find your joy. And when you do that, every single time, you're going to light up. And a guaranteed win-win outcome is forecast. Because you trust your path. Because you know the things that you're doing. Leo, it's just a reminder, but that's good. It's a reminder for everybody. And I think that we all should do it. If we can take those moments and check ourselves when we feel that fear or that worry, I didn't do this in time. I didn't get this. Oh, I have to get this number. Set the goals. Absolutely set the goals. And if you don't immediately reach them, if they don't come right away, and maybe it's a day or two, don't punish yourself because you hit that goal a day late. Celebrate that you did it because time is not linear and it's just time. It's one day, right? And on the big scheme of things, that means you did 99.9% of all the things and it took you just one day longer. Why are you going to beat yourself up for that? You should be celebrating. Because really, that one day means you probably set yourself for this goal 5 days ahead of when you should have, and you still did it faster, right? Because you're always setting that expectation high. And if you're going to do that, do it the right way. Follow your joy. Stop putting the pressure on. The world puts on enough pressure. And in those times when you feel that pressure, learn how to let it go, set it down, and find something that makes you happy. That's how you're going to have a win-win outcome. And it's guaranteed. We already know the steps. We know the tools. It's just showing up to use them. Okay, so what do we got? 53. That's what I got for my Leos. I'm going in to do, next one will be Gemini. Is it Gemini? Yes, Gemini. Leo. I have to write it down because when I go, I like to put the timestamps in the description. So if you guys want to just click right to it. And then also I'll clip just those signs out. So when people are looking, they can just go find them. Eventually I'm going to be a professional at editing. Until then, we're working with what we got. All right, 54 minutes. We're going to do Gemini. And again, I want to start the theme. This was the first time ever, of all the times I pulled cards for all the signs, I started with the Moonology deck, and I really kind of like it. And I like it because it kind of gives us a theme of what we're looking for, what we're working towards, what we have to focus on. And so it seemed like a pretty good way to go. So for my Geminis, what is the theme? Oh, you weren't messing around there. A time for healing. What's on the bottom of the deck? Confidence is your key to success. New moon in Leo. So, to learn your confidence, to understand what it is, what is it going to take to do it? What's wrong, baby? What? Why are you trying to lock the door? Well, it's outside. It's bugs. When you start to heal, your confidence comes. It comes in waves, and it exponentially improves. So when we learn to understand that a time for healing isn't always, we're not always doing it for all these crazy trauma things. It's the confidence. It's hard. Is that the last one? We shall cease. Oh, deck is, look, it closed the deck. So that's the one that matters. That's important. We shall not cease from exploration, and the end of all our exploring will be to arrive where we started and know the place for the first time. Reflect on all the homes you've ever had, good or bad, cherished or abandoned. They are the hands that have held you as you made your way. And it just reminds me 1,000%, and I think a lot of us are coming into this, is that full circle moment, which 55. Okay, Spirit. Yesterday with the readings, when I tell you the numbers that came through, they were just everywhere. And then all day today, I've been seeing, I saw 13, like I don't know how many times. What was the other one? 6616. Just the numbers that I see that are just, they blow my mind. And then when you look them up, it's one of my favorite things to do. Like if I'm seeing one, I always give them my own meaning, personally, because I have my own connection with spirit. So if I'm saying something like and talking about it, like they already know what I believe each number to mean, generally. So if I was first to look at it, what comes to my brain, and that's kind of how we input it in our own lives. But if you haven't got that far and you're kind of not, like immediately, the 1, 2, 3, 4 is divine timing, right? So, blessed raid. Hi, Simone. Hello. Welcome. Yeah, when we do, how are you? I hope you're doing well. When we see the numbers and we allocate them like that, we're just telling our spirit team, like, that's what we see, that's what we understand when they come across to us. And so when you start seeing those numbers, your spirit team knows exactly what you think of, what it reminds you of when you see it. So at the end of the day, when you start seeing those numbers and they're popping up everywhere, and one just is drawn to you, if you don't have anything allocated, go look it up so you have a general meaning and understanding. It's pretty exciting to do that. I hope you're doing well. We're going to have a barbecue here in about an hour. I'm not barbecuing, the neighbors are. I just made potato salad. But it'll be nice to get out and hang outside. But I wanted to come on because I know if I go hang out, then I'm going to come back and I'm not going to want to go on and do this. And this is the last of the signs. I'm doing Gemini right now. And then, look, there's 3 for Gemini, too. That was the gratitude. And again, the first thing I want to say, no matter what sign you are, if you ever start feeling just a little heavy and you don't know why, and it comes out of nowhere, almost every single time, if you just start saying, man, thank you for the sky. It's beautiful. Thank you for the breath in my lungs. Man, I feel really good. Thank you for allowing me the space to get up today and for all the things that are going to happen today. And when you start saying thank you like that, that heaviness just goes away. It just dissipates. And sometimes when you get cards like this, it's a reminder. It's not telling you you're not grateful, and it's not telling you, it's not giving you trouble. It's like those are the things that can lighten your load, even in the struggle, no matter what's happening, because as long as there's breath in our lungs, there's a way to make things different. There's a new chance, there's a new day. So even if fear comes in, we know how to change that, right? The time to relax is when you don't have time for it. I know. I get in trouble for this all the time. Take the time to relax and unwind before bed without your phone or other media. Read a book, journal your thoughts on the day, or simply sit outside with the quiet in the night sky. Do your best to avoid screen time during this relaxation time. Again, we're all learning how to kind of detox, and even if it's small amounts, we're understanding how absolutely beautiful it is. Yes, technology is there. It's useful for so many things, but we come to the point where it becomes this anxiety. It can create all this anxiety, this worry, all this other stuff. Many of these things that are going on in the world, we would probably never know if it wasn't for social media. So Amaya got me. Amaya, are you still here? I did good because she came in with the yawns. She did it yesterday too. Came in with the yawns. She typed it and had me yawn. And then I was like, don't do it, don't do it. And I avoided it. And it kept creeping up. It wasn't going to, I knew I was going to end up yawning after that. The greatest tool of self-love is self-awareness. Once you truly know yourself, love is the only option. Choose one part of yourself that you don't normally focus on. Elevate it. So maybe you don't wear makeup very often. Put on some mascara. I do that sometimes because I don't wear a lot of makeup. It's just my own choice. There's no specific reason for it. But every once in a while, I want to feel good. I put on a little mascara. Your hands, like just say thank you. Thank you to your hands. Lift them up. How much stuff do our hands? What about our feet? Getting a foot spa and just like giving yourself a pedicure or going and getting one. Treat yourself. Be thankful for the organs, for your skin. Get that extra, really thick lotion that you can feel on your skin the whole day. It just lightens and smooths your skin. Like doing those little extras for something for yourself, those little enhancements. Not only is it self-love, obviously, but it allows you to feel better about all those things. It's not about always spoiling yourself or spending all that money or all that. I made a collagen thing with some orange zest, some lemon, a little bit of coconut oil. Like you can literally make it in your own. I have whole videos on it, probably from a year and a half ago. I made my own honey and turmeric mask. Very simple things, right? It was about those moments, finding that moment in the peace. Yeah, and a lot of us, especially like in my age range, I think a lot of us didn't even know that it was acceptable, let alone necessary, right? So we're all learning that, and we're relearning. And, it's not about judging yourself when something slides. It's about saying, hey, how do I get back there? How do I make this a priority? What's that little extra thing that I can do? Sometimes it's just painting my nails. Sometimes I get real fancy and I'm going to do my own nails. One, I get to be creative. Two, it's cheaper and, I don't feel so bad, right? My biggest thing was always when I would spend certain money on things like that, I would always feel, ow. Yeah, I bet that hurt. Are you okay?
Yeah.
You have a black eye. Jesus, she's deadly. Okay, but listen, you have to be careful. That's not nice. I'm not really hurt, bud. Are you okay?
Yeah.
Okay, can you not climb on me? Why is your butt wet? Were you playing in the water out there?
Uh-huh.
Okay, go put dry clothes on.
No.
Okay, you're not being nice right now. Ow, she got me good.
There.
Pick that up. That's gross. It's right there. Put it in the garbage.
That's yum.
Yeah, I know. It's not meant to be spit out your mouth. Sorry, this is my life. Hashtag mom life. Okay, don't you dare stick that on my desk. Trying to stick gum on my desk? We'll fight. Okay, either go outside and play, or you have to clean your mess. You have two choices. Sometimes self-care is telling your kid to go outside so you can clean in peace. Sometimes she's cute. Sometimes. She's got a hard head, I'll tell you that. I don't know where she gets that from. All right, as you move through your day, take a moment to look into a mirror while looking into your own eyes. This one's my favorite. Aloud or silently, but I don't believe silently. Say it aloud. Look at yourself in the eyes. Stare at your face. Listen to your voice telling your face, I love myself unconditionally. I am always enough. Not sometimes. Not because I put on some mascara. Not because I took a little time for myself. Those days where my hair's out to here, where I don't feel good, my eyes are half open, I can't get my crap together, my floors are messy because I haven't swept them yet. Every single moment of the day, I love myself unconditionally. I am always enough. Say it, repeat it, And repeat it, and repeat it, and repeat it. Don't stop repeating it. If you think you're bored of hearing it, repeat it again. It's something that especially, Gemini, the time for healing. And if you want to heal and you want that confidence, which, by the way, confidence is your key to success. If you want that confidence, you got to boost it. You don't have to, when you validate your own self, you don't have to wait for the world to catch up. You don't have to expect it or hope somebody else says it. When someone does say it, wonderful, right? It's a cherry on top. It's beautiful. But when you hold yourself back and you're waiting for somebody to tell you, then you start to build resentment. Then you start to worry and you go into that lack and abandonment because maybe nobody really thinks that and all those things. And maybe I'm not worthy. And nah, you're worthy always. And the only way you're going to believe it and trust it is to speak it. Every time, look at yourself. Look at yourself in the face. I don't care. While you're brushing your teeth, look at yourself with the toothpaste all over your mouth. Who gives a crap? Because at your best, you're worth it. At your worst, you're worth it. Doesn't matter. And when you understand that, even when you mess up so bad you don't think anything's gonna work out, when you think the whole world's against you and no one gives a shit, you're still worth it. You need to say it. You need to repeat it time and time again. Say it until you're so sick of looking at it and hearing yourself say it that you start to believe it. Moon in Libra. Bring peace to your life and your relationships will flourish. You got to find your own peace. Should I stay or should I go? Moon in Gemini. Well, indecision. Yeah. To heal, you have to decide to. You have to commit to. And sometimes it's yucky and sometimes it's messy and we're not going to, well, a lot of times it is. But when you start to get good at it and trust yourself through it, stand firm in the eye of the storm. Regeneration. You start to regenerate. That's what healing is. And then you have a leap of faith, Sun in Aries, new beginnings. You're ready to do big things. You're ready to do good things. You have the knowledge, you have the wisdom, you have the ability. You're lacking the confidence, which should not be the thing you're lacking. You're here. You show up every single day. You get the job done. That should be the last thing that you're lacking. And you're only lacking it because you're worried about other people validating you. It's not up to other people. Try looking at yourself the same way God sees you. Could you imagine? Could you even imagine what God would say? I bet it's a lot more amazing than you could even pretend to come out of your mouth with. You're priceless. Every single one of us is priceless. How are you going to build confidence if you're trying to hide yourself because you're afraid of what somebody else is going to think? At the end of the day, it's you who has to look you in the mirror. It's you who has to be happy with what you did. It's you who has to say, yeah, maybe it wasn't perfect, but I did way better than last time. And tomorrow I'm going to do a little bit better. At the end of the day, if you can look at yourself and you can say that, then you're winning. 1,000% you're winning. And even if you can't say that just yet, doesn't make you less worth it. You're still worth it. I'll be in the background listening here. I appreciate you, Simone. And you never have to worry about that. I understand people, if you're anything like me, you put it in your earbud and you're doing your housework, you're cooking dinner, you're doing all the things. How often do we actually get to sit still for very long in a day? Especially when mom life, you know. Like baby steps. Oh, Gemini. I talk about this all the time. All the time. And I'm not kidding with this one. If I could glue this to the screen, never stop saying it. I'm going to actually put this in the description too, so people can copy it.
And they're making the kind of chicken that I like, the spicy chicken.
They're making chicken, yes. They're going to barbecue chicken. We're going to have potato salad and all kinds of good stuff.
They're making the chicken that you and me like.
They're making the chicken that you and me like. It's going to be exciting, and they're having friends over with lots of kids.
Can my friends play with me?
Yes, they can play with you on your swing set.
And they can watch me.
It's 11 p.m. I'm trying.
This is our home. And
where are you?
And this is my TV.
11 p.m. Why did I feel like you were... I thought you were in the U.S. No, it's only 3 o'clock, so it can't be U.S. My Lord, it is late. So definitely you have it in the earbuds, eh? And that's good. I always do too. If you notice, almost every time I come on, I have an earbud in my ear. Because if I'm not listening to one of you guys, one of your podcasts or any of that stuff, I'm listening to an audio book. I'm always trying to learn and grow. So, England. Why did I think you were the U.S.? I should have known by your accent. Oh well. I never said I was smart. I don't know why I thought it was the US. Alright, baby steps. Yeah, so as long as I'm in your earbud and I'm not too loud, I don't want to wake up the baby. I shouldn't say the baby, the little one, but angel number 36, which is 9, it's endings. It doesn't matter how many steps.
Mama say I don't want to wake up today.
You don't want to wake up Chase. She's talking about Paw Patrol. 111.
Mama.
1 Holy, say it right. 1111. 5 of them. There's 5 of them. That's it. I could have just said it easy, which is new beginnings, which is also learning how to get adventurous action. Follow your intuition before it makes sense. You're being called to take grounded action in response to your soul's calling, to start where you are and begin building in a consistent way. So many people stop themselves from living a soul-led life because they're waiting to know the destination before taking the first step. But intuition doesn't work like that. Our soul is always calling us every moment of every day. The way to find yourself living in harmony with the cosmos is to listen to your soul's baby calls and whispers each and every day, and to take grounded action in the direction of those calls and whispers. If I can't tell you, if this isn't confirmation of everything I talk about all the time, baby steps, small actionable choices, right? You choose it. Every time you take a step, you're making a choice. And if you choose you every single time, it's going to lead you to your highest best self. You're being encouraged to start small, bite-sized, to put one foot in front of the other, to do one thing every day, to break things down into achievable tasks. Time on Earth goes slower than other planets. This may cause frustration for starseeds who can expect a faster pace of manifestation and thus give up before the seeds begin to sprout. If you resonate with that, it's time to opt for consistency over urgency. Take time to take baby steps in the direction of your calling, to remember that you don't need to have it all figured out or know exactly where the path is leading you. You don't have to know every single step along the way before you set out on your great journey. You just need to take the next step. What's one simple baby step you can take in the direction of your soul's calling? It's it. You're healing. It's that time to heal. And it's not, I'm not feeling like you have this big, huge healing journey. I feel like you've already been on it and you've been doing the things and you have all these ideas and all of these things happening. But you don't have the confidence to get it out there. You're trying to build it. So I'm not saying like a bad thing, like you don't have the confidence, like it's a bad thing. You understand what it is and you know that the only way to heal it is to take baby steps, to show up, to repeat it. Oh, it's this one. To reflect on the good, the bad, the ugly, but to affirm yourself. I love myself unconditionally. I am always enough. Never stop affirming that. I promise you, never. We all have times where we feel a bit insecure. We all have times where we feel like anything isn't working out. We're always going to have fear in that. It comes into... it's going to come into our lives. It's going to come into our minds. It's going to come into our thoughts. It doesn't mean that it's not valid. It just means do it anyway. Do it messy. Do it scared. Once I'm done these and I finish up the Alchemy Emotion, I'll be, a couple of them, I'll be talking about the consistency, doing it messy, showing up. None of us were perfect in the beginning. And even if we are and we do amazing every single time, we're still gonna mess stuff up. We're still gonna have bloopers. We're still gonna It's still going to feel weird or corny or cheesy or something's not going to be perfect. It's not about being embarrassed. It's about learning to loosen up and not care so much about what people think. Worry about what you think of you. Because if you think you're amazing, guess what? You're going to show up and be amazing. If you think you're just garbage, how are you going to carry yourself? How are you going to show up? How are you going to put that effort in? You are whatever you think. So why wouldn't you just think that you're the most amazing thing in this whole world and show up like it? Because you absolutely are. Confidence is your key. Confidence is the one thing that you're trying to heal. And the only way to heal that is to do it messy. Open up, show up, do the thing. Have people look at you. Don't worry about what people say. If people say something to you, you laugh it off. Because if you can look at you in the mirror and say, I love you unconditionally, I am enough. I'm always enough. At my good, at my bad, at my ugly, I'm always enough. When you love yourself like that and you show up, I promise you that confidence is going to build. It seems like that's the only thing you're struggling with right now. And it blows my mind. You've been putting in all this work, doing all this stuff, and that's the one thing that's going to hold you back? We're going to start talking about it here. It'll be next week. We're going to talk about doing it messy. Don't worry about any of that stuff. Show up and do it, because you're never going to get better if you don't show up and do it messy. Have faith in yourself. Have faith in your dreams. Have faith in all the things you have coming. The age of light. What number is that? Angel number 86. I think I gotta get glasses. These books are small. They're hard to read. Okay. 86. The age of light. Mystics and sages throughout the ages have predicted this period in history, and you decided to incarnate in the middle of it. There is no mistake that you are supposed to be here at this time of great change. If you ever feel unprepared or daunted by the path that's calling you, know this. You have been training for this for lifetimes. You're way more than the days that have breathed through you in this life. You're also all of the lifetimes that came before. All of these experiences have polished your soul into the most magnificent expression that is your authentic self. Your soul has many facets. Imagine a fingerprint. Your soul is 1,000,000 times more intricate than that. If you put together all of the fingerprints of all of the people you have been, you would not even get close to fathoming how much of a unique masterpiece you are. You came with a clear soul plan. You came in with wisdom beyond your years. This is the part of you that longs to be seen. This is the part of you that is ready to step forward. That is ready to emerge. This is not the lifetime to stay hidden, but to step forth and to be seen and rise. You have I can feel it. I can feel it, and everything that I'm in my whole body, I can feel it. You have the knowledge. You have the wisdom. You have the lessons. You have all of the things, and you have the compassion for everybody. I can feel it. Where is the damn confidence? I know you're trying to heal it, and I'm not trying to give you trouble or sound like I'm being mean. Show up, do it messy. Who gives a crap? And if people laugh at you or don't listen to you, they're not the people that needed it. You're going to get people that support you whether they agree with what you're saying or not, because they care about you, right? They're going to see who you are, and they're going to trust that, and they're going to listen to you. Doesn't mean they're going to take all your advice, but they're going to support you anyway. And I promise you, no matter what, you keep showing up, you start doing it messy, the people that really need those messages, they're going to find you. And if you don't balance that with the people who want to support you and the people that need the messages, when the people aren't there that need the messages right away, you're going to think that your message doesn't matter. But I freaking promise you, it's always going to matter. Those people that come to support you, even when it's not the thing they needed, there's always going to be something good for them. And I need you to understand that. Those people that show up to support you are those same people who you support, right? Who genuinely want to see you win, just like you want to see them win. You don't have to worry. And those people that are getting the message, yeah, maybe they're not here in this moment. But I promise you, they're going to fall across your video, your moment, your talk, your lesson, your whatever it is that you do I promise you, they're going to come into it, they're going to find it, and it's going to hit them at exactly when they needed it. Don't let fear, don't let your confidence be the thing that holds you back. Especially when the confidence or lack thereof is the fear of what somebody else thinks of you. I promise you, I saw that little orb go. That was kind of funky. I promise you, I promise you, I promise you, I promise you, the people that are going to need it, you're never going to know who they are. Maybe once in a while you'll get a message here and there. It's not meant for you to know who they are all the time. It's meant for you to trust that what you're doing is the right thing. Show up and do it anyway. I appreciate you, Miss V. Thank you so much. This is a lifetime. Don't stay hidden. We're not doing that anymore. Step forward. Do it messy. Do it scared. Don't care. The people that love you will support you. And if they're going to have fun with you, they're going to laugh and joke and be lighthearted with you until you learn to be lighthearted too. It's going to take practice. And there's going to be times where it feels uncomfortable. Laugh at the uncomfortable. Because you know what? When you start to see, and trust me, you will, the people show up, they show up for you, they show out. They're going to do it over and over because they're your people. The same way you show up for them, right? You remember all those times in your life when you were doing things for people and helping people, and you're like, man, I wish somebody would do that for me. Because if only I did that for somebody did that for me, I would know what to do with it, and I would know how to take it and do this and make so much of it. They're here. The people are here that want to help you do that. They're here, ready, waiting. They're waiting for you to show up so they can find you. Get your butt out there and do it messy. Your confidence will come, I promise. I see you're healing it, and I'm just giving you love. A little tough love, but do it messy. Don't be scared. Nobody's going to shun you. And when you get braver, then you can really start giving those messages, and you have no idea how many lives you're going to change. Step forward. Shine your light. This is the affirmation. You got lots of affirmations. Speak them, always. Put them on repeat. Download the Parrot app. Say your voice saying all these beautiful affirmations and play it on repeat. Play it while you sleep. Do whatever it takes to fill that brain with nothing but confidence. I call forth the soul gifts and soul training that I have received throughout all of my lifetimes. I'm ready to embody them all, embody them now without hesitation and without fear. I have been training for this for lifetimes. The knowledge and the wisdom you have didn't come from just one go-around. When you feel sad and you see things that hit you so hard in that little bit of grief and you can't understand why, because you're feeling the loss and the grief and all that from lifetimes before. Sometimes you're feeling karma. I don't want to say karma. You're feeling the sadness from the generations before you, from your ancestors. You're healing things that you wouldn't even know anything about. That's why sometimes when it feels confusing and frustrating and you're unsure, you're healing generations past you, long before you. You're healing it so that your kids and their kids and their kids grow up just a little more happier, a little more confident, a little less worried with fear, a little more empowered to do what brings them joy, and a little more compassionate towards themselves and other people. Do we want to continue some of the, and listen, there's lots of things that we learned from our ancestors that were chef's kiss, but there's so many that weren't good, and that's why we're pushed to learn. That's why they're trying to help us. And there's on 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 on the clock. It's a progression. It is the way of life, right? And all those lifetimes, all those times that we've come back, you know, there's been someone else back there that taught us. And we didn't always come back in the same family. So we came back over here. We were a tree. We were this. Like, my belief is whatever. Take it as a grain of salt or not. But we came back how we came back. And each time we came, it was something we were meant to learn. So along the way, as we're learning it, we're sharing, we're understanding, we're healing. And every time we come back, we're meant to heal that generational line, right? Because that's what we do and we do best. And from all that healing, you don't think that we have a little bit of knowledge and wisdom left over that kind of gets locked in? It's in our DNA. It comes with us, right? You have all that, and you even know how to tune into it. You know how to ground it. You know how to bring it in. You have all this power, and your one thing you're worried about is your confidence. And it's like, it's laughable because the things that you've overcome, the things that you've endured, the things that you've learned and that you could share, the only thing stopping you, literally, is you're trying to heal your confidence. And if you look back and you were to step outside, literally observe it. Not judge, but just observe it. And if you were seeing somebody else, and you would be like, why would they not do that, right? Well, because they're scared and they're working on their confidence. You would be like, well, that's just absurd, right? In your own, even if you were to witness somebody else, that's what you would say, 1,000%. That's the thing you need to say to you in the mirror. Say that exact same thing. It's absurd. How could I not be confident? I'm amazing. I'm amazing. I show up and I have this knowledge and I have this wisdom and I show up every single day and I just want to help other people because that's what I have in my heart. And even when I don't feel perfect, I'm always enough. I'll never stop drilling it into your head. I'm proud of you. You've done a lot of work and you are working on doing it. So this isn't about nitpicking at you or poking at you. It's about understanding sometimes that tough love. You gotta do it messy. I don't care if your hands are shaking when you're trying to do it. Because I promise you, the next time it gets easier. Like if you fall down, you're gonna get back up. It didn't kill you, right? Maybe it's a little embarrassing for a moment. Who cares? Laugh it off. When we learn to loosen up and not care about what other people think of us, that's when we start empowering ourselves. That's when our confidence gets better. And that's when, no matter what, when we can laugh at ourselves because we did dumb shit and we're like, that wasn't my best. Look at that face I made. Look at that, like who cares, right? When we learn to laugh at that, we don't get so stuck on all that other stuff. And then if people come in and they're having a bad day or they want to be mean or whatever, it just rolls off our back because we don't care, right? Because we just have faith in what we're doing. We have faith in our own self and our own knowledge. And we're starting to trust. And you are doing it. And I just want you to come back to this every single time. And these affirmations, say it over and over and over. Look at you saying it. See your eyes, seeing your face, hearing your voice, speaking your greatness. 127:27. Thank you, Spirit. You're co-creating with the universe. To do that, you need to speak your greatness. And you need to tell the universe, I believe I'm worth it. Because if you're saying, I'm not worth it, that means everything you're manifesting, well, I don't really want that. Because I don't believe that I'm worthy of that. Because I'm scared, because I'm not confident. So when you show up, you say it, and then you start showing up, and you're doing it messy, even if you're scared, even if you're worried, even if you're shaking, you're doing it. You're showing up, you're doing it. And that tells the universe, I don't care if I'm scared. I don't care if I'm worried. I'm going to do it anyway. I'm going to stand in the face of fear, 10 toes down, and say, I believe I'm worthy. And the universe will oblige, I promise you. 0303, taking chances. I didn't even look. You're learning to take chances, and that's good. Balance, caution, awareness, boundaries, health, communication, serenity, and protection. Take a moment to observe the people around you, your environment, your health. This is a gentle reminder to stay cautious and alert to prevent any future issues. Prioritize clear communication and maintain healthy boundaries to ensure your well-being, right? If you're doing all that list and you're already doing it, the taking chances is just going to feel great. Because at the end of the day, everything is a chance. When you walk out of your door, when you sit up in bed, the moment you open your eyes, everything is a gamble. Everything is a crapshoot. You could be here today, gone tomorrow, and I don't wish that on anybody, but it's just the way it is, right? And when we understand that, taking those chances, we're going to observe how we feel. We're going to do those check-ins. We're going to make sure we're doing everything okay. But first and foremost, you check your environment, but this is your environment first. This always has to be the check-in. How am I feeling? What is my capacity? What can I do today? Am I really scared or am I just excited? Can I switch that? Can I flip the switch? Can I talk to myself a little differently? Can I boost my own ego enough to get me to do it? And yes, I said ego, even though everyone says get out of your ego. Your ego is there for a reason, okay? Doesn't mean all ego is good, but parts of our ego and the use for our ego is to boost us, to give us confidence, right? And that's really important. I don't know why I almost didn't get you one of these. That would have been absurd. Okay, give me one for my Geminis. I can't believe that almost happened. Awakened awareness and evolution. Okay, we're getting story again. Story time. We got surrender. Your sacral chakra, right? Surrender to that creative part of you. Shine your light because you're evolving. Use your luminescence for your awakened awareness. And the violet flame to heal all of that worry and fear to create new blueprints for you. I'll read this one. New blueprints, right? Where every time we make a change, every time we show up a little bit differently, the little story time when they do that is telling you you're already doing the actions. Each one is an action. Each one is a choice. And when you show up and do those choices, you're doing exactly what you need to do. What number is it? 38. Be the change. Take action. Take a step, no matter how small. Man, those baby steps, right? We're going to drive it in. We're going to drive it in. We're going to just keep saying it because it's all it takes. It's just a little baby step. It was just 131.31. Thank you, Spirit. Ignite an upward spiral. Make positive change. Ethics and compassion. Creating a ripple of light. Be the change you wish to see is an empowering mantra to remind us that we can step up and create the blueprints for the world we want to know. Powerful and meaningful change starts with you today. Despite our desire to see change, we can be overwhelmed by all that is going on in the world, and making a positive impact can seem impossible. It is healthy to have an interest in what is happening around us, but it is important not to become so disheartened that we can't find the inner light to ignite even the tiniest upward spiral of improvement. There is still so much beauty, so much natural beauty on this incredible blue planet, and there are organizations and solo game changers creating amazing transformation all the time. Shift your focus onto what is possible rather than what isn't. Stepping forward with action, however small, will benefit the vibration of the planet in some way. We have more of a voice than we realize. As consumers, we can direct our energy and make a difference through ethical choices. By stepping out of our own needs and wants, we can help someone less privileged. We can pick up trash, be present with someone, or smile at those we share a path with. Small acts create a ripple of goodness in the world. Consider how all beings can co-inhabit this glorious planet.
If I first knock on the door, if I see my first knocking on the door.
You can go play. You just got to put your shoes on. Consider how all beings can co-inhabit this glorious planet. Could you design a blueprint for ethical, compassionate, heart-centered living? What would the guardians of the earth need to be? How would they feel about themselves? What can you do to uphold this? This card inspires action, no matter how small, that will create a ripple of light in the world. You are a part of the bigger picture, a greater story, and your actions, your choices, your presence are making a difference. You have more power than you realize. Focus on what you can do and do it well. Change takes time, so make plans and start now. Do it messy. Baby steps. Remember that one? Baby steps. Don't worry about being perfect. Don't worry about what people are going to think. And then when I see good in others, I acknowledge it out loud. And by the way, just so you understand, when we compliment people, selfishly, we're doing it for our own selves. Because when we compliment people and they feel, we see them smile and we make them happy, it makes us happy too. We feel that in our heart. It gives us energy. It raises our vibration and it boosts our energy exponentially. So if you want to be more confident, if you want to help healing your confidence, if you want to help do that, start noticing great things about people. Start giving compliments to people on the street. If somebody walks by, you know they got a fresh haircut. You can see it's a clean haircut. I love your hair. What a nice shirt. Just smile at them. Wave. Have a good day. Nice to meet you. Whatever. Hold the door open for somebody. Somebody does a nice job. Somebody serves you something, and they're friendly and they're nice. Thank you. Your service was fantastic. Because when you start speaking it out, what happens? It's going to come back. It's going to come back. And the more you speak it out, the more you start to notice in yourself. Because what's happening is as within, so without. Those mirrored, those numbers, the way they're coming, 1, 1, 1, 1, 3, 1, 3, right? They're mirrored, okay? They come back. The duality. When we understand, when we do everything on the inside, when we focus here and we do that work here, we have an action that we can do. And the action is noticing it in others. Yes, noticing it in ourselves. But when we notice it in others, it makes it easier. And it feels so good. It lightens our mood. We don't feel so heavy. It's easier to let go of things. And at the end of the day, because we're doing something nice for others, we're doing it for ourselves. Because we're going to walk by, and you're so used to saying it to other people, you walk by the mirror, oh, you look good today. Way to go. I like your hair. You did good. You showed up today. It takes time, but you're being intentional with your healing. You've done all this other work. You've literally done all this other work. And you're worried about your confidence. But you're confident. You have the knowledge. You already know you did it. All I want you to do is just take a baby step. And if that baby step is just standing in that mirror and saying, man, I really kind of like you. You're all right. Even if you can't say, I love yourself today, right? I love myself unconditionally. If you can't say that yet, don't judge yourself. Don't be mad about it. Say, hey, I showed up to the mirror. Good job. Way to go.
Mommy, where's the chips?
We don't have chips.
Mama,
You're going outside to play, and we're going out to the barbecue in 20 minutes.
Mama.
Oh, but Mama, are you going to die?
No.
No, maybe.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm almost done. That's what I got for my Geminis. All I want you to say, my English is not working. See, I mess things up all the time, and we learn how to roll with it. Things are going to happen. Life. If we hold on so tightly to what other people think of us, we're not even going to know what we think of ourselves. I went through a space in life where, no matter what I did, even when I thought I was doing okay, so many people didn't, and they would criticize me, and it would just, every time I get 3 steps ahead, they would be like, well, this bull crap, and it would knock me 10 steps back. And then I would have to fight harder to get back to those 3 steps ahead. And then by the time I got to those 3 steps ahead, I was still behind. Every single time I let them knock me down because I didn't believe it, because I didn't want to believe it, because I didn't know if I could believe it. I didn't know if I was allowed to believe it. I didn't know if me believing it made me ignorant or mean or cruel or rude to somebody. And we're taught that. Many of us are taught that. And it's not something that they're like, well, you're going to believe this. It's those generational curses, the narcissistic, and not everybody deals with narcissistic people, but those narcissistic traits. And by the way, when we come into contact with narcissists, it's because we need to learn a little more. Because we're givers and we're people pleasers and we do for everybody else and we throw ourselves away. When you run and you encounter a narcissist, okay, yes, they're not fun, but what it's meant is to teach you. You need to learn a little bit of that. Everything is balanced, right? You take from the good, you take from the bad, right? And you learn to balance that and work that together. And you've been healing, you've been doing so much, and it's like, this one thing it feels like it's like this one last chain, this one thing that's holding you back from this amazing thing, because you can't say you're not on the journey and you haven't been doing the steps, because it's very clear you've been doing all this other healing. You have the wisdom, you have the knowledge. It's right there. You just got to say it out. You got to do it. You got to show up. Whatever it is, whether it's building an app, Maybe you already built the app and you're afraid to present it to everybody. Well, what if nobody's going to buy it or support? Well, they're definitely not if you don't show it, if you don't give them the opportunity. And when you start having that confidence, then you start believing that the things that you are promoting, the things that you are doing are an opportunity. And they're beautiful and they're meant to help and they're going to help. And when you start believing that and you show up like that, guess what happens? The whole world starts to come into play. Everything starts working out in your favor. And the right people align to you. The people that are going to show up, the people that are going to support you, they show up, they help you, they boost it out. They tell their friends because it didn't just help them, it's going to help their friends. And that thing that started something that was so small, so little, such an idea used because you wanted to help people, but you were afraid to put out there. Now you put it out there, and now it's amazing. Now everybody loves it, and you're going, why didn't I do that sooner? Why didn't I just have a little bit of faith? And then you're going to go back into the spiral of why and be mad at yourself. So if we can just avoid that and get you to spiral upward and say, I'm going to do it messy. I'm going to wait. Because when you do it messy, people will criticize. Life is not always easy. But the people that are meant to see you, that are going to support you, they're always going to find you. And they're going to show up. And they're going to love every bit of you. They're going to laugh with you. They're going to have fun with you. They're going to nitpick at you sometimes. They're gonna give you constructive criticism because that's what friends do. That's what people that genuinely support you do, right? And when you're confident enough to receive it and take it and make those adjustments, just like the Leos, a win-win outcome is forecast. You have everything here. It's here. You just gotta walk through the door. That's it. You gotta say, I'm gonna do it. Because the first time is not going to be perfect. It's going to be cool. It's probably going to be way cooler than you even thought it was going to be. But the second time is going to be a little bit better and a little bit better. And if you're a little bit better, it gets a little bit better each time, then by the time you get good at it, you're already past amazing, right? And you already got a million people ready there to watch, listen, learn, and grow. Don't let your confidence be the one thing that holds you back. Learn to loosen up. Let go. Who cares what people think of you? And every single time, the fear or the worry, please don't do that, Grace. Where's the bowl for that? You want to get that and put all the stuff back in, please? I want you to say, I love myself unconditionally. Don't repeat it like me, though, because I can't talk today. Sometimes I can't read. Sometimes my mouth doesn't do what it's supposed to do. We get all kinds of bloopers. And I had to make the decision when I started doing this, when I made the decision that I was just going to be me, the good, the bad, the ugly. So when I mess up, when I can't get my crap together, when I'm feeling anxious, when something comes over me, when I can't read to save my life, I don't feel bad about it because I just know that it's part of learning, it's part of growing. When your brain gets stuck in mode because you have so much you're trying to get out, and then you got to focus it into one sentence to make it make sense. And your brain, you're trying to take in the information and spew it out, and you're stuck in, I don't know how to translate. I don't know how to get it to there. That's going to happen. It happens all the time. And sometimes it's like frustrating. Sometimes it's funny. Sometimes it's just whatever. But you're still getting the job done. And when you show up and you do it messy, it does get easier. There were some times where I would be like, like 10 times, because it's like, it's there. I can see it. I can see what I'm trying to say, but I can't get it out. And that's going to happen. It's going to happen even when you're amazing, too. I watch people all the time. I watch speakers, especially live ones, right? When you're watching them live, they're always going to be the mess ups, all the craziness, all the chaos, the things that happen in life. I love you. And they get stuck too, right? But when you're watching a lot of the videos and stuff, they get clipped out. So you just assume everybody's perfect and they're doing it perfectly. But if you go to a live show, you watch them messing up all the time. You watch them go, oh, what was that? That's just absurd, right? And you learn to loosen up. Little face maker. Little face maker. Just learn to roll with the punches. Because when you do that, you can learn, adjust, and grow. What happens? You become, look, there's more kids out there now. You want to go and play? We're going to go and play in a minute.
Yes, we gotta go and play.
She's going to go and play. That's what I have for my Geminis. I'm going to, yeah, that's what I got. I think I've given you enough tough love. I don't want to beat it into your head. But I will add this to the description and the Starseed Oracle one for my Leos. Take those times. Take a few minutes a day. Be intentional. Stand in front of that mirror and say, man, I'm going to get this right. I'm going to say it. I don't know if you watched, I had a short. I clipped it out of one of my videos because I was called to talk about it. I had to show up to that mirror. It took me 6 months every day. There were times I screamed. There were times I cried. There were times where I was like, what the fuck am I doing? Like, this is just absurd. Because I had zero belief in myself. I've been through a lot of stuff. A lot of stuff. Stuff that should have killed many people. And I overcame it. And instead of saying, wow, can you believe you overcame that? I couldn't even look at myself in the mirror. And I was like, the knowing that I was worth it wasn't happening. There was no way. But I committed and I showed up even when I didn't believe it, even when I hated myself, even when there was nothing on this planet that could change my mind. For whatever reason, I showed up. And it took 6 months for me to show up every single day to get to a point where I could look in the mirror and start to believe it. And that's how far gone it was. Okay, it was bad. And I promise you, it doesn't mean you have to be that far gone. It doesn't mean you have to be that scared, that worried. Taking that time and committing to something like this is a radical act of self-love. And the more you show up and the more you do it, 14646, thank you. The more you show up and the more you do it, the more you believe in yourself. And that's how your confidence grows. The more you learn to laugh at yourself. You're going to look at yourself in the mirror and you're going to say it and you're literally going to laugh and be like, what the hell are you talking about? By the way, that teaches you to laugh at yourself and let go. Not hang on to it. That's where the fun comes in. When we release it, all of these expectations we have for ourselves and what we want someone to think about us, what happens? We start to relax and have fun and laugh and go with the flow. And all those mistakes that happen, like when I'm focused on reading, I can't even get the words out. But when I'm just flowing and saying whatever it is I want or I'm feeling to say, a lot of times it just flows like it's so simple. Just like when you're trying to, prime example, I have to make a video for my website about what I do and how I help people, especially for the group sessions. But I have to do a face on, and it's got, I don't want to say scripted, but it's got to be, I got to get all the points in and all the things. And I'm like, I'm never going to be able to do that because I hate having to read. Like, if I'm reading, right? And if you want me to do a script and you want me to say what I got to say, I can't say word for word or I have to read it, right? Otherwise, I have to flow and do it the way it's going to get done, which is never going to be exactly the way it's supposed to be. So I always struggle with that. And then I'm trying to do it and it takes 500 times and then I'm going to nitpick it to death. And I'm learning how to just say, I'm just going to do it. I'm going to do maximum 3 takes. Unless I'm live on here when I do it. Maybe we'll do it and we'll clip it out. We'll be like, is that a good one, guys? It's going to take a long time. And y'all can laugh at me and we can all be retarded and have a little fun. But it took a long time to get there. It took a long, long time to get there. I don't think it's going to take you that long. But being intentional in that little moment and saying, no, I'm going to do this. I'm going to do what it takes. When we do that, when we show up, we're showing the universe, I'm going to do it scared. I'm going to do it no matter what. And at the end of the day, that's what's going to make you a winner. And that's what's going to set you apart from every other person on that planet. And when you show up and you start doing what it is you're doing and you let the world know and you bring your vision out to the world, you're going to be extremely surprised at how many people show up and how many people want to support you and keep showing up. So that's what I got for the day. I love you guys. I'm the luckiest person on the planet to have Blessed and Simone and Miss V. Lions, every one of you that stayed, Mashiano, I appreciate you more than you know. Hub Interactive, Blue Lotus, y'all are amazing. I appreciate every one of you for showing up. I'll be on tomorrow, and there may be like an interview type thing. He hasn't gotten back to me. It'll be either this week or next week, but if that comes up, I will let people know right before. Otherwise, I'll be on again tomorrow, 2 hours. It'll be at 2 o'clock. Every day for 30 days. This is only day 8. The goal is 500 subscribers. I'm already up to 312, I think. So we're moving right along. It's actually, that goal is seeming more and more possible every day I show up. I've definitely got more people showing up with lots of love. I love you guys so much, more than you could ever know. And I'll get this posted up, and I will see you tomorrow at 2 p.m. I love you guys. Thank you all for showing up. Have a good day.